Earlier this afternoon, Pope Francis greeted thousands of faithful along the National Mall in Washington. Known as the People's Pope, he took time out for the youngest of his flock. You can see him there. He stopped a security team 3 times to bless children and accept gifts. Now, you could say it is a papal tradition to connect with youth. When Pope Francis celebrates Mass at Madison Square Garden Friday, he will be the second pope to visit the world's most famous arena. In 1979, it was Pope John Paul II, and that visit had a big impact on thousands in attendance, but one 6-year-old girl in particular. She is now 42 years old. And talking to CBS 2's Dave Carlin about that moment and the photo she says changed her life.
Me and my experience with Pope John Paul II is amazing.
Carlin Smith calls this her miracle moment with Pope John Paul II at Madison Square Garden, captured forever in this iconic photograph. It was 1979. She was 6 years old. In this video, you see the Pope lift her and put her on top of the Pope Mobile.
He had such a glow about him. I remember his eyes being so beautiful.
The instant connection with her bobbing slightly to the music came after a security guard got her mom's permission to escort the shy little girl to the front row.
It was a rough time in my life, and I think definitely after that I felt blessed.
A year before, Carlin's father, Donald, an NYPD detective, died of pneumonia. She says this restored hope and strengthened faith for her family.
Definitely, I believe my father was watching over me.
It stands as one of Madison Square Garden's 20 defining moments, and the iconic photo right here on display on level 8 of this landmark place. Also in the display case, her ticket and her rosary. When people go into Madison Square Garden, they see you. They see that photograph. What should they know?
That even out of rough times, good things can happen.
In 1995 in Central Park, she came face to face with Pope John Paul II again. Here she is, taking part in the offertory procession, where she says he recognized her.
Who would think they'd be able to see a pope twice in their lifetime? Even once, it would be amazing. So to see him twice, unbelievable.
And Smith says back in 1979, she was wearing the colors of the Polish flag, and she thinks that might have caught his eye.
When she was younger, her first encounter with Pope John Paul, I remembered seeing an interview with her mom who said she couldn't believe that she went down into the arena area because she had just lost her father, and she was so shy.
And she says this turned it around. It brought her out of her shell.
So what is she doing? Anything special for this Pope's visit, Pope Francis?
Very special. On Friday, she will be back at Madison Square Garden. Once again, she'll be there with her mom.
All right. Great story, Dave. It was nice to see her now.
Okay.
Let's